In this video, I am going to discuss two merit and excellence level questions. Well, the first one is an equation given, okay, and it also involves a rearrangement. So basically it involves simplification, rearrangement, and obviously equation solving, balancing, those kind of skills are involved. Okay, let's start. If you look at the expression is f k squared minus 9c squared equals 4d squared plus 16 gk squared. Right. So I have to express the equation for k in terms of c, d, f, and g. So at the end of all the manipulations, it'll be something like this. K will be the subject of the formula or equation, and there will be number of terms over there involving c, d, f, and g. Okay, so one thing I know, I got to assemble these two terms to one side. Okay, for that matter, I've chosen, I'm going to shift, I don't have to shift f k squared, stays there. I'm going to shift this one, 16 g k squared. The moment I transferred it to the other side, or in a way balancing the equation, it will be negative 16 g k squared, which should be equal to 4 d squared. Nothing has changed with this, but it will have some effect on negative 9c squared because I will be transferring it to the other side. Right, let me count if I still have 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I started off with 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So we got to double check all the time. Now what I can do, I can take k squared as a common factor, and inside the bracket I'll be left with f minus 16g, which should be equal to 4d squared plus 9c squared. Now k squared times f minus 16g, so k squared should be equal to 4d squared plus 9c squared, and then divided by that group f minus 16g. They are not asking us to write the expression for k squared, so I'm going to take the square root of the whole expression on the right hand side, and that'll give me K as a subject and an expression involving C, D, F, and G. That's it. Now, let me summarize. I did a little bit of manipulation with equation solving. I went through factorization. I had to do rearrangement to make K the subject of the formula. Right, so this is quite involved, and that's the reason it's not only an achieved task. It might have a component which will give you a part of achievement point, right? Let me move to the next problem, which seems more involved. A is given equals to 3 lots of n squared minus 4n plus 2. That's the whole group, and then you are adding n, and B is these two factors are being multiplied, and then in the expression n squared is added to rest of the expression. Okay, so I have to give an expression for A in terms of B. So A should be the subject of equation. That's what the mission is. Okay, in this kind of situation, what can I do? Let me try to expand it and see what happens. So these are the two parts of the problem. This is 3 n squared minus 4n plus 2 plus n. If I expand it, that'll give me 3n squared minus 12n plus 6 plus n. And for the other part, it is 2n plus 1 times n minus 6 plus n squared plus 3. So this is expansion is there, removing the bracket, and I haven't done a simplification, so just expand it and let it be there. I'm going to do a double bracket expanding, which will be, I'm not going to go through the details, 2n squared minus 12n plus n minus 6 plus n squared plus 3. And if that's expanded version, and then I'm going to simplify it. This 2n squared and n squared are the like terms, so I can add them together. These two are the like terms. If I add them together, that'll give you 11n. And finally, if I add negative 6 and positive 3, that'll give you -3. Right now I have the two distinct part of the problem. Okay, now I know something. Oh, I could have simplified this by writing 3n squared, and -12n positive n will give you -11n plus 6. Now I can write this expression by doing a little bit of changes. Let's see if I can write somewhat like this: 3n squared, n squared minus 11n. Nice and easy, no problem with that. And if I write 3 to make adjustment to this one, okay, we got to do something like this: 3n squared minus 11n minus 3, but we have plus 6. So to adjust to give you, if I add plus 9, 9 minus 3 will give you positive 6. So it works. Let's consider that as a group, and that is nothing but b, and then I have plus 9, so a equals b plus 9. So I managed to write a as the subject, and the relationship between a and b is just adding extra 9. Thanks for watching.